Hey, what's going on, you guys? We have 0 viewers right now, but this is Watsky Wednesday. We are live, and I am going to post the link on Twitter right now. Give me a moment. Right on. All right, 0 viewers so far, so I'm going to take the liberty of pulling up the album cover for my next album. I'm going to have to go into my email and find it because obviously I can't turn the computer screen back around at itself. Even I don't have those powers. We have 3 viewers now. I hope you 3 viewers are doing amazingly. Trinica wants to know how my day was. My day was pretty good. Thank you very much. I have lots of announcements today, so I'm gonna wait until a few more people get here. But for now, just hang tight. Two viewers. We went down from 3 to 2. How can that be? Eden. So I understand the rap is very important, but are there any other big genres that you listen to outside of rap and hip hop? That is a great question, Eden. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, and in fact, one thing I wanted to talk about was kind of what my new album is like. And one of the main things about it was that I'm trying to, for those of you who just joined us, Eden asked, I'll select the question so you can see it. Eden asked, are there other genres of music that I listen to? The answer is yeah, my taste is super eclectic and I listen to lots of different types of stuff. I played in the jazz band in high school, and I love rock music. I like bluegrass. Obviously, I did a bluegrass hip-hop album. But this new album, one of the things that I wanted to do was draw on my parents' experiences. And I was proud of Cardboard Castles, but I wanted this album, even though I was writing about myself, to feel like it wasn't about me, but about more the collective we. I didn't want all the songs to be I, me. I wanted it to feel like something that was about community and about my parents and about the people who made me who I am. And one of the things that meant, because they grew up in San Francisco in the 1960s, was trying to incorporate some folk music into it, some psychedelic and rock influences, and that's one thing that I tried to do. My mom raised me on the Beatles and Derek and the Dominoes and stuff like that, and I wanted that to permeate the album, and it does. And I'm not going to reveal it yet, but one of the big guest features that we have is kind of like a legend of the 60s era, and I thought it was really important to try and include somebody who actually represented how important the music was in that time period on the album. And I love that stuff. I love the Beatles. I love the Rolling Stones. I love, Led Zeppelin and Jefferson Airplane, Cream, and all that stuff. And I can't ever do it justice, but I wanted that to have a place in the album. SpongeBobette wants to know who I'm partnering with for a club tour. Well, I don't know who the main support act is going to be yet. We're probably like a week or 2 away from knowing that for sure, but we're going to be going on the road again. We're playing Warped Tour, obviously, and then September, October, November, we're going to be playing Europe in September and the U.S. in October, November. And all I know is that Anderson .Paak, aka Breezy Lovejoy, is probably going to be joining us because he produced the album, and I really want him to be on the club tour. So with any luck, he'll be there. Sam Gramlich asks, I saw you talk to Lil Dicky on Twitter a couple weeks ago. Was that the first time you came into contact with him? If so, that was because of me, and I'd be stoked if you two went on tour or collabed or something. What's your opinion of his work? I think he's really clever. I've seen a couple of his videos, and I like them. I think he's self-aware, and he's also a good rapper. He's got like a lot of the things that attract me to a rapper, which is he's got chops. He's self-deprecating. He's clearly like in touch with who he is, and yeah, I don't know what if anything would ever come from us collaborating. I would I would be open to it. He's fucking talented. My favorite video of his was the one where he rap battles Adolf Hitler and he takes stock footage from Nazi rallies and makes it seem like the Nazi crowd is reacting to his punchlines. That was, and then he's like playing 2-on-1 basketball against a set of Third Reich Nazi guards. That was really fucking brilliant. Let's see. What do we have? I'm waiting for a couple more people to come, and then I'll tell you what the album's called, and I'll show you the album cover. Sarah Lanning wants to know how smooth I am with the ladies. I'm smoother than I was. I didn't start off very smooth at all in life. I started off pretty much the opposite of smooth, and I guess now I care less about, how I get received by people. I'm willing to fail more, and I'm willing to put myself out there more. I'm not so afraid of rejection, so I think that makes me smoother because I'm not living in constant terror that I'm going to be rejected. Because you got rejected, who the fuck cares, On to the next one. Ariel Wetzel says she misses my facial hair. If only you could know, Ariel, how much hatred I got for that facial hair while I had it. The good news is it's like my music, and when someone's like, I miss the old you. Whenever I put out a fast rap video, someone's like, I miss the old spoken word you. And then when I put out a spoken word video, someone's like, I miss the old fast rap you. You're not the same anymore. I like to keep people guessing, and I'll always return to my roots. I will always return to my baby face roots when I have facial hair, and I plan on continuing to return to my newly grown, right below the surface facial hair roots when I have a baby face. So I'm Watsky's the weather in Boston. You just wait a little bit and it'll change. So don't, just stick around and you'll get what you're looking for. Maybe I'll grow out my mutton chops next. I never really done that. I finally have some jawline coverage. Oliver Bouvier wants to ask, anything interesting happening to you lately? Yeah, lots of interesting stuff. One of them that I can't really reveal, which is a really good thing, a really awesome development, and I'm going to get to move into a new media with a major company that, as a writer, that has been a dream of mine for a long time. And I can't make an official announcement on that, but in the past week a deal got closed that means that I get to fulfill a dream of mine. Sorry for being so vague, but I can't really say anything yet. That was great. It's been a week of ups and downs, and mostly ups. I went to go speak to my mom's elementary school students, and I spoke to like 4 periods of 4th and 5th graders for 40 minutes back to back to back and tried to give them life advice and tell them not to fuck up the same ways that I have. And then I did a poetry reading with my dad and went to a couple baseball games, and that was, I got in some quality family time. I think I mentioned this in a past vlog, but I had a seizure 3 weeks ago, and that was for the first time in like 14 years. And that's affected my life because I'm not allowed to drive right now. My Subaru is sitting in my driveway, and I am indefinitely suspended from driving, and that's kind of shitty in Los Angeles because this is a really, really difficult city to get around in. But I'm trying to view it as funny more than anything. I had a tweet like a week ago where I was talking about how I rollerbladed past Tyler the Creator on Fairfax, and I was rollerblading because I'm not allowed to drive right now, and I'm trying to see the humor in it. Like, I'm not dying. I was fine. It's just it's not a risk that's worth taking, which is ironic considering I feel like the view of some people 5 months ago when I did that lighting rig stunt is that I'm like so careless and don't give a fuck about people's lives. In fact, I feel like even putting people minorly at risk or majorly at risk in a very, very minor chance of it happening, aka if I were to have, in the unlikely scenario, I had another seizure while I was driving and I was putting other people at risk on the road, is not a risk worth taking, even if it's 0.01% of it happening. And, I'm taking the bus around Los Angeles right now. I had a date with a girl, and she was like, yeah, pick me up at 8. And I was like, no. Why don't you pick me up at 8? And I guess for some people that would be somewhat embarrassing, but such is life. And with that being said, I'll reveal to you the new title of my new album. It's called All You Can Do. And the reason it's called All You Can Do is because that's a philosophy that I'm really endorsing right now is, well, shit, it was out of my control. You know, take a deep breath, do your woo-saws and move on. Everything that you can, you know, have within the power of making conscious choice and you can affect in your life is what is worth stressing out over. And if it's out of your control, if it's something that you can't make a conscious choice to affect positively or negatively, why should you let it affect your mood? Why should I let something that I wasn't able to affect mess up my mood? When I'm walking down the street, when I'm on the bus, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm breathing in fresh air, I'm alive, I'm living, and you know, I feel grateful for that. So that's why I named my album that. And if I can figure out how to bring it up, I will right now. Like I said, I wanted this album to be a tribute in some ways to my parents. So if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's backwards. It's so backwards. That's fucked up. This is my dad, and you can't really see it well, but maybe that's good because I'll post it up for real in a few days. But that is my dad in 1970 when he was my age, when he was 27 years old, holding his black cat Saruman in San Francisco. And I thought it was awesome. You'll see it in much clearer resolution in a few days, but what I love about it is that he is Watsky. He's Paul Watsky. You know, he's on the cover of a Watsky album because I'm the sum of my parts. I'm the people who created me, and my dad's going to be on the front. My mom's going to be hopefully on an alternate cover, and I'm getting a call from my manager, and I have to tell him that we're doing a vlog right now, and I'll talk to him in a second. Hey, Kevin, can I call you back in 15 minutes? I'm doing a vlog with my fans right now. I'll talk to you later. I'm right in the middle of the vlog. Bye. I apologize. Sorry for being rude, you guys. We're back. So let me answer some more questions. Now that you know my album's called All You Can Do, it's coming out in August. I'm really proud of it. I can't wait for you to hear it, and I think you'll be happy with it. Ariel wants to know how tall I am. I'm 5'11". That was quick. Do you have a love-hate relationship with touring? Like, do you miss spending holidays with your family, or do you like taking adventures in new places with your friends? I have a love relationship with touring. There's no hate involved. I love playing shows. I make time for my family. I see my family as much as anybody else in our extended family does. When I'm on Warped Tour, I have 2 off days, and me and Max, who's my cousin who plays keys and trumpet in our band, we're leaving to go to the family reunion. I try to make time for my friends just like anybody else who's got a 9-to-5 that consumes them. And no, I don't hate touring at all. I love taking adventures with my friends, and yeah, there's no hatred involved. Sam asks, I saw a Watsky hat sample on either Twitter or Instagram maybe a year or so ago. I was wondering if you still had plans to bring them out. I think we're going to do a beanie that we're going to sell on the fall tour. It takes a long time to turn around beanies because they're manufactured in China. At least the manufacturers that we have relationships with do them in China. And yeah, I think we'll do it, but we're not going to have them in time for Warped Tour. What's my opinion on Wheezy Wednesdays? Does Lil Wayne do a thing on Wednesdays too? It's just really convenient for people with W names to do stuff on Wednesdays. People really like alliteration. I have no opinion on it because I'm really not I'm not aware. I like Lil Wayne a lot. I think he's a talented rapper. I'm gonna answer a couple Twitter questions now. Did you really blade past fuck Tyler? Asks Sup Dante B. I absolutely did, and a lot of other people in Odd Future, but I don't know. It's probably not Earl. Probably like Left Brain. You know, I don't know. I don't know who it was. Haji Beats. Yeah, they have a shop on Fairfax, and they hang out outside all the time. Caleb or Gina on American Idol tonight? I don't know who's around still. I'm going to answer a Norton question. Norton asks, do you ever feel like giving up? What do you do to overcome that feeling? I felt like giving up. I thought about it after my London adventure. I felt really, really embarrassed, like I wasn't going to be able to live it down and people weren't going to forgive me for that kind of mistake. And I've had other moments like that. I had a moment in 2008 where I played a spoken word gig, and it was in a big basketball arena, and someone yelled out for me to get off the stage in a little bit more colorful language than that. And it was one of my first poetry gigs that I had, and I just felt like no one wanted to hear me, and that I was fighting an unwinnable fight. And I've definitely had moments like that where I just felt like, fuck, like, what's the point? But for every moment like that I've had 100 moments where I realized why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I've gotten positive feedback, and I've been embraced for what I do. So, if you're doing anything in life, just living, you're going to experience rejection and failure and disappointment and heartbreak. And then you're going to have moments where the pendulum swings the other way, and you realize that that's why we do it. Why we experience the lows is so that they can make the highs sweeter. And Norton, I know that sometimes it might not seem like this, but you're really young right now. 10 years old is pretty mature, but you got most of your life ahead of you, and nobody gets to live without disappointment, even as much as they might try and pretend to be happy all the time. What kind of merch are you going to be selling at Warped? Nathan wants to ask. We're going to do a tank top for the first time, and probably a girl's tank top. I'm going to bring back the Watsky Warriors shirt that we sold in London, and I got a new design that's like printed on a baseball shirt. We're thinking about doing sunglasses and tote bags, and maybe posters. I'm not quite sure yet, but those are the big ones. How did your date go? Sarah Lanning wants to know. I give it a 6. Yeah, it was all right. Aubrey Perez says, how do you feel about asking Aesop about opening for him? I'll ask for you. Opening for Aesop Rock? I love Aesop Rock. I'm probably not, I mean, at a spot date, I would do it in a heartbeat. In terms of doing it on a whole tour, it just would take up a lot of time, and it would be a huge honor, but I don't know what, we're pretty much have all our plans set through the beginning of 2015, so I don't even know if he'd have me, but it would be an honor to even talk to him. He's one of my influences. Oh, you know what was awesome? Last week I got to see Gift of Gab again from Black Alicious, who was, I saw Eloquate play, who opened up for us in Chico, Santa Cruz, and Orlando on a few dates, and I saw their show where they opened up for Gift of Gab in Santa Cruz, and I wasn't sure if Gift of Gab, he was featured on the final song on my first album, Watsky, on Everything Turns Gold, and he was one of my heroes, and Black Alicious is one of my favorite groups growing up, and he remembered me and had a lot of really nice things to say, so that was sweet. I was really flattered by that. Dylan Frijole wants to know, will I be doing a meet and greet on Warped Tour in New Mexico? I'm pretty sure, I mean, I think we're playing Albuquerque for the first time on our club tour too in the fall, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Warped Tour goes to New Mexico, and I'll be at the merch booth at every single Warped Tour date, just like I am at all my club dates. If you come to a Warped Tour date and you stick around and you go to our merch table, me and Wax are sharing one, then I'm going to be there doing meet and greets at every single show, for sure. Let's see what else we got. What else we got in the mix? I'm going to hang out for about 10 more minutes. I'm going to answer a Twitter question. Lead Them wants to know, Jimmy Rustler, awesome concert at Sac State, super fun. What makes you the happiest besides music? Probably spending time with my friends. I mean, working gives me pleasure, but not the same as being with the people I care about that I've known for years. So just like anybody else, man, hanging out, being with my friends and family doesn't get better than that. Banan Hedwig wants to know if I'll fart in his mouth. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. If you really wanted me to do that, I would do it. But I don't see logistically how we're going to make it happen just because you are, according to your Twitter profile, you have a picture of George Zimmerman with an American flag in the back of your avatar, which makes me think that even if you are being ironic with it, it's not really that funny of me. And I would, yeah, just for that, I would for sure fart in your mouth. Yeah, you should probably take that background off. Let's see, what else we got on Twitter? Are we going to get a track list reveal, Hunter asks. I'm going to reveal, I think we're going to be starting pre-sales on June 10th, which is when the first music video is going to come out, the first new song from the album, and that's probably the day we'll reveal the track list. If you can spend a month anywhere in the world, where would you go? Brian Lee wants to know. There's a couple places that I want to backpack to soon. India is right at the top of that list, and Brazil is high on that list. I've never been to South America before. I would love to go to Argentina or Chile. And I got a friend who's moving to Brazil, so we're talking about backpacking into the jungle a little bit and hanging out. I'm also really trying to make Australia happen hard. If there's any Australian people listening right now, I've mentioned it on Facebook before, but I am very, very actively trying to make an Australian tour happen. So if you know anybody who could be helpful with making that happen, we got some good leads right now, but any fuel on the fire helps. I do love me some Australia. Megan says you should come back to VidCon. I am coming back. I'm performing at VidCon this year. I actually have an off day on the Friday, I believe, right before I play Warped Tour Seattle. So I'm gonna come and do a show at VidCon, but only be there for one day. Edwin M wants to know, how thirsty are you for a G. Watsky response? I'm pretty thirsty. I don't get back to myself very often. This is the last 5 minutes. The reason that I'm going to stop these Watsky Wednesdays, at least as consistently as I've been doing them, and sorry for missing them last week. I was shooting music videos for my new album and I was in production. But it's just because next week I have production for more music videos, and then after that I'm pretty much hitting the road for Warped Tour. So I'm not going to have steady internet access like I have. I'm going to be traveling, so I can't really commit to sitting down in my house like I have been. But so there's 5 minutes left. If you have any other really pressing questions, ask them on Twitter right now. I'll try and post them up. Someone just posted a memories picture of me at VidCon last year where I had this really misguided mustache. You know, I think this works better for me than the mustache, which just did not have enough coverage to work. I appreciate the memories of us at VidCon, Megan, but man, that was really, really, I was very hopeful. Abby Perry asks, what's the likelihood that you'll come to Omaha in the next year? I think it might happen. I think we might play the waiting room on the next tour. I'm not 100% sure yet, so don't hold me to that, but I've been trying to get into the waiting room for a while, and the only reason we didn't play it on Cardboard Castles was because the date was already booked by another band, so it could definitely happen. Zoned PvP wants to know if I'll do something special right now for the final Watsky Wednesday. What would be special for me to do? What would you guys? I'm trying to think. I've already gone around my room and pulled out random crap. I've already done pull-ups in the pull-up bar. I've already played The cowbells in the wall have already danced. I don't know what would be a truly special thing to do. Want to see something cool? I pulled this out. My mom gave me her old record collection, and like I showed you guys the cover for the album. This fell out of the records in the collection. It's going to be backwards. You won't really be able to see it, but it says, oh, a piece of tape fell off it. This Beatles record belongs to Beatlemanic. It spells Beatlemaniac wrong on their official fan club thing, Claire, and it's my mom's name scrawled illegibly on it. I think this is just a pretty cool piece of history. It's from when she was like 10 years old, 11 years old. Of, you know, it's her. This piece of tape is from like the 1960s, and I think that's awesome. She passed on a love of music. Tell me on Twitter if there's anything special you think that I can do that, you know, I'm not coming up with any ideas right now, so if you got any, let me know. 20 new notifications, what? Jordan Sutherland says, are you planning on coming back to the UK in 2014, 2015? Yes, I will be coming back in September. Will I appear in another future ERB? Yes, I'm in the future season of it. Natalie Lotta wants to, I'll do some rapid fire questions. Natalie Lotta wants to know if I consider myself a YouTuber. No, I don't like the term YouTuber because no one owns me, you know? A company, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a Facebooker, I'm not a Twitterer, like, I'm not a Coca-Cola, or even when I'm drinking Coca-Cola, like, I don't like the term YouTuber, no offense to the people who like the term, but why adopt a corporation as the moniker for you and what you do? Like, I'm a video maker, but I'm not a Canoner just because I'm shooting with a Canon 5D, and I'm not a Fruit of the Loomer when I'm rocking my Fruit of the Looms. Like, YouTube, as much as they've done to push the digital conversation forward, they're still a company, and you don't own me. Sounds a little ungrateful, but such is life. La Luna wants to know, how on earth would I go about catching you perform in LA soon, or all of Southern California? I'll drive. I'm performing in LA and San Francisco. I mean, I have a big club tour coming up in the fall. I'm playing the Warped Tour and all the dates, so those are the next times to catch me. The club tour is in October, November, so you have to wait until the fall. Ronan Bryson says freestyle for us. Spacebound says, follow me, please. I went to the Fillmore show. I'll follow you for like a day. I, Dakota, I'm now following you. I don't do that often, so please, guys, don't take that. I'm not feeding the pigeons right now. Something special, small snippet off the new album. Would you guys rather have me play something off the new album or freestyle for you? Fuck it, I'll do both. I'll play a snippet of the new album. This will be a good one. Here's a snippet.
American dream, but if you pull on the thread, it's gonna tear at the seam. See what I mean? We don't tend to scream, baby, we just stare at the screen. Like it's a picture, man, up at the pulpit. Some with the scars and the pulled in the bowl with another angry kid unloading the forklift. And I can tag it pretty bow in this bullshit, but let's not lie for another second. We see the trouble with rubbernecking, but double checking. If it's an issue we have to grapple, the words are condom at Adam's apple. I make my body a happy chapel, cause every person's a tabernacle. If there's no feeling, you gotta hide it. So let's all pray to the God inside. Say it now.
Never needed a hand till you needed a hand. You never know how to walk until you understand. Could have been anything that you needed to be. How many more do you want? How many more do you need? Still I wish I could break free. It's such a more simple song. I still believe I'm gonna go through a week before this hand over hand. Love over everything. That's me with the long arms screaming at the top dogs.
Alright, that's Hand Over Hand featuring Anderson .Paak. That's all you get from the snippet. That's a pretty long snippet, though. I'm going to do a little short freestyle to close this out. Let me see if I can pull an instrumental up. I appreciate you guys. I want you to know that. That sounds fucking corny, but you know, I had the most amazing successes of my life in the past year, and I've had some trying moments too, and I just feel lucky to get to keep doing this. So let's put on a little Eric sermon. So I'm gonna murder this beat, they call it red rum. I get up on the beat, create some bedlam, give it some leg room, give it some headroom. I get up and it's like gadzooks, I do it like a bazooka tooth. You know I'm gonna hit him with the left hook, right hook. I don't care, you look quite shook. And I know that I give him the raven, nevermore, nevermore, evermore. I'm like ever clear, you know, coming every year. You know when I come up in the spot, I just get it here. It is Watsky, you can't stop me. I'm gonna leave these people all knock-kneed, with their knees just rattling. I'm just battling with the gat as I am straddling the fence, but I'm not on both sides. I get them so wide, they're like, oh my, they're like, oh no. They're like, that dude is not a bozo. Get it to the floor, I go, 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 go. I just go, go, gadget, and you can't match it. This shit is magic, and I just hit it with the hatchet like I'm Gary Paulson. I'm so tall, son, but I'm not really that tall, but I'm not really that small. I'm kind of in the middle, just a little, and I'm hitting with the spittle like a baby. Just so fresh, you know, I get the ladies and the gentlemen all just so impressed. They're like, damn, he is so fresh, damn, he is so fresh that he gets me undressed. I just take my bra off, it's like he just hit me with the sawed-off in my face. It's like he hit me and now he's disgraced, and now I'm feeling shitty about myself. But I don't want people to feel just, well, like they gotta give up, like they gotta not try, because I just hit him in the eye with a little bit of freshness, lyrical truth. And that is what I do when I get in the booth, cause it's Watsky Wednesday, we do it, yes ma'am. And I know I always go ham. When I'm on the microphone, I try to zone out. I try to bro out and go out. I try to take my dick out and slap it all over this mic like it was just a little bit of, like a fresh eel, like unagi from the sushi bar. All these motherfuckers, they just don't know who we are. We are these shooting stars, and we just get it loose. And we know that we're gonna rock it from the caboose to the front of the train. We just hit him in the brain, and we just all go insane, and we get him and remain at the top level. We hit him with the bevel like a coping saw. You know we're raw. You know we're so fresh. You know we're so clean. They're like, damn, what do we mean? And how do we get up into this machine that is the humanity, human spirit? You know that we're just gonna hear it and just gonna make it best as we can. All you can do is all you can do. And so I'm gonna put on my skates and skate to the editing session that I have that I'm late to. I'm like, great dude, so fuck, I gotta ride the bus in Los Angeles. I'm no evangelist, but you know I gotta do everything I can, and that's what I do, yes ma'am. Alright, that's the final Watsky Wednesday for now. Seriously, I do have to put on rollerblades and leave. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I fucking appreciate you. If I'm late on some of the letters that you sent, it's just because I've been swamped, but I promise I will get back to every single person who sent me a P.O. Box letter before I hit the work tour. And then, fuck, we'll do this again. It just won't be like weekly on Wednesdays. I'll do it when I can. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.